Welcome to another explainer brought to you by Forge College. I am so glad you're here. If you were with us for the last lesson on applying mitigation strategies, you know we've been deep in the trenches of access control and authorization flaws. Well, today we are taking a massive step forward. We are talking synthesis and next steps. We are officially ditching those chaotic, crossed fingers fixes and moving into a highly methodical, professional remediation process. So, grab your notes, and let's jump right in. Here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll introduce the surgical checklist, then break down identification and mitigation. After that, we'll look at why verification is vital, run through the 7-step playbook, apply it to a vault contract example, and wrap up with integration and next steps. All right, part 1, the surgical checklist. I want you to adopt a completely new mental model today. From here on out, you are a code surgeon, and that vulnerable smart contract, that is your patient on the operating table. Just look at the massive difference here. On the left side, we've got your typical ad hoc fixes. You know the drill. A developer sweating bullets, slapping duct tape on the code base, and practically yelling, "I really hope this works." It's totally reactive. But on the right, calm, methodical precision. You are not just hacking away at code anymore. You are following a strict blueprint that outlines the exact patient, the procedure, the risks, and the specific verification steps needed to make absolutely sure your patient survives the operation.
Moving on to part 2, identification and mitigation.
Okay, let's dive into this table. This 3-column setup right here is the absolute heart of our new process. First up, identification. This forces you to stop and answer exactly who is affected and what are the specific steps to reproduce the bug. Next is mitigation, which is your actual surgical procedure. What exact design change are you making? Together, these 2 columns make sure you aren't just flailing around in the dark. You know the exact issue and your exact targeted response. But, I really want to draw your attention to that 3rd column. Which brings us to part 3. Verification is vital. That 3rd column, it is arguably the most critical piece of the puzzle because it prevents collateral damage. Verification literally guarantees that a test is written before the code is ever considered done. Think about it. Skipping verification is like a surgeon deciding to skip washing their hands before picking up a scalpel. Gross, right? And a total recipe for disaster. A successful test proves your fix actually works, but the checklist forces you to step back and actively consider any residual risks you might be introducing. Part 4, the 7-step playbook. Let's turn this abstract concept into a concrete daily habit, starting with phase 1, planning. Step 1 is the magic step. Reproduce the minimal case deterministically. This is what takes a vague, scary observation and converts it into a solid, testable bug. Step 2 is characterizing the impact and the root cause. And step 3 is designing mitigations and evaluating trade-offs. Do you just need a quick patch, or do you need a whole contract upgrade? We have to weigh those options carefully before making a single cut. Once the planning is done, we move to phase 2, action. Step 4 is implementing an atomic change. Keep it small, keep it focused. Step 5, verify with acceptance tests. You've got to prove it actually works. Step 6 is documenting residual risk and monitoring hooks. And finally, step 7, close the loop via CI validation. Listen, the procedure isn't over until continuous integration gives the green light and your reviewers actually sign off. Only then is our patient safely in recovery. Next up, part 5, the vault contract example. Let's ground all this theory in a real, high-stakes scenario. Imagine a vault contract is deployed, but accidentally it has an empty operator role. An attacker notices this, sweeps in, and calls transfer. Because that explicit role check is missing, the contract disastrously falls back to the owner logic. The result? Boom, funds are stolen right out of the vault. It is a massive, high-severity exploit. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how we apply the playbook to save the day. For the mitigation, we aren't just slapping a Band-Aid on it. We methodically choose explicit role checks rather than relying on some simple non-null invariant. We carefully update the storage. And for verification, we write a strict acceptance test to make sure that original exploit trace now reverts. We write a negative test asserting that a non-operator absolutely cannot transfer funds. And we add those CI gates. It is targeted, it's verified, it's a perfectly executed surgical procedure. Finally, part 6, integration and next steps. Before we wrap, I really need to drill down on 2 absolute non-negotiables, atomic and measurable. Every single remediation entry you make has to be both of these things.
Atomic means your fix cleanly addresses a single root cause. A reviewer shouldn't have to untangle a massive web of code to figure out what your commit actually does. And measurable means the fix is proven effective by a specific test. Let me be totally clear here. If you cannot measure the fix, you haven't actually fixed it. So, I want to leave you with a question to ponder. Are your fixes ready to be integrated into a live system? Because everything we've mapped out today, the surgical checklist, the exact atomic entries, this is exactly what's going to dictate your upgrades, your governance changes, and your monitoring in our upcoming lesson on designing the integration approach. To wrap things up, I want you to remember this powerful maxim. A successful test proves a fix works. The checklist ensures the patient survives. Ad hoc testing is never going to be enough. You need rigorous processes to guarantee true smart contract security. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer by Forge College. To master these techniques and explore a ton of other amazing Web3 security topics, head over to forge.college. Until next time, ask yourself, when the next critical vulnerability drops right in your lap, are you going to be a panicked hacker with a roll of duct tape or a surgeon holding a scalpel?